Hey, I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex. Thank you for having me on Rahdo's channel. These are my top 5 games I played in October. Every month I play somewhere between 20 and 30 games for the first time, and I pull the best 5 out of that group, and this is that video. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, I've invited some of my friends to come into this video as well. My number 5 is Arcana Rising. In Arcana Rising, you are wizards casting epic spells, and those spells are gonna help you do things, and honestly, there's not really a theme to this game, okay? The theme never comes through. You'll never notice the theme while you're playing the game. It's not, I guess you're wizards, but you don't feel like a wizard. But the mechanisms are cool enough that I don't mind the lack of theme here. This is a game you're gonna wanna play because you like the mechanisms. If you are somebody that likes games like Splendor or Sentry, then I definitely think you'll like Arcana Rising, because it is an engine building game. And yes, you are preparing spells and casting spells, so that's where the theme is. But mostly, it's just about trying to get spells in front of you that combo well together. You want to build an engine of spells, and that's what makes this game fun. One of the things I really like about it is that it plays 6 players, but there's a ton of simultaneous play throughout the whole game. Everybody will be doing stuff all of the time. And so it's a 6-player game you can play in 30 minutes. It is an engine building game that you can teach quickly and play in 30 minutes. And I love having games like that in my collection where there's, some real choices and strategy, but it just moves so fast. It's something we can do like, hey, we're on a lunch break. I can play it with my roommates. That's Arcana Rising. Spells and wizards, wizard spells. I'm doing spells. I'm a wizard and I'm doing spells. Blood magic. Wizard spells. Hey, buddy. I feel weird saying this, but did you not get our note? Wait, what note? Unfortunately, we don't really need you for this game. I mean, it doesn't really ever feel like you're in the game in the first place. You're just kind of like an extra thing right now that's not really relevant. I mean, you're great. Don't get me wrong. You're great, but like, you can go home. Oh, I should just go? Hey, you're gonna be our first call if we have another wizard game that's more appropriate, okay? I got your number. Oh, well, I'm gonna go. Oh, okay. Dead Below Deck is the new game from the folks at Hunt a Killer. And if you're not familiar with Hunt a Killer, they started as a murder mystery in a box subscription service. So you would get boxes and the mystery would unfold over several different months. But recently they've started doing more just single games in a box. This is a single mystery in a box. And if you like detective games, this is a really good one. Now, I wouldn't call this my favorite detective game of all time, but I would say from a physical component standpoint, this is the coolest game I've ever played. The physical components are unreal and they feel very immersive. In Dead Below Deck, there's a luxury yacht and one of the employees has been murdered and you are trying to figure out how they died. And there is so much stuff that makes you feel like you're immersed in the world of luxury yachts. There's the yacht brochure, there's the island brochure where you stop, there are maps, there are notes that people wrote to you, there's a captain's log, there's a ton of different stuff that just makes you feel like you're part of the world. And so it's really, really cool in that respect. If you're looking for like a game to play with a bunch of family members at the holidays or something like that, this would be a memorable experience for a group of people. Now, one thing to remember is it is a one-time only play game. There is a single case in this box. Once you play it, you can't play it again. You're going to know everything. But you're not destroying any of the components or tearing anything up or anything like that, so it can easily be given to somebody else. This game can pass hands multiple times as long as people aren't writing on the components and stuff like that. So this was my first experience with any of the hunter-killer stuff, and I definitely am going to come back for more. I like detective games, and this is a good one in that genre. You know who I want to throw it to right now? I'm going to throw it over to Carl's Corner, get his thoughts.
This is the second month in a row you've cut to me for a game about murder.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
You must really love murder to keep putting these games in your top 5.
I don't know if I like games about murder. I like detective games. What'd you think of the game? Did you like that the game had murder in it? Cool. Thanks, Carl. In the board game hobby, we get very wrapped up in the new games coming out all of the time. And I get it. There's a lot of really great games coming out all of the time, so it's easy to focus on those. We're excited about those because they're new and fresh and different. And so I don't think it's a problem, but I also don't want to take for granted the games that came out several years ago that I never played. I don't want to just ignore those games simply because they came out 3-4 years ago. It's important to me to go back and play some games that I missed along the way. And I'll tell you, the best game of that type of a game that I played this month was Raccoon Tycoon. This is my number 3 of the month, and it is so good. And I'm sure a lot of you already know how good it is. A lot of you have already played this game, and I'm late to the party, but I finally got here, guys. Can I have some punch too? I came here late, but I want to drink the punch with everybody else now. I'm part of the party. Now, Raccoon Tycoon is full of a bunch of dapper animals, and you are, getting railroad cards and getting town cards and stuff like that. It's basically a set collection game, but you're manipulating a market of goods throughout the game. And, you're wanting to sell when goods are high and buy produce when goods are low and that sort of stuff. And so, one of the things I like about this game so much is it's one of the only games I've ever played that I can actually play faster than the time they say on the box. The times on a box are always a lie, It's like this will take you 45 minutes, and then 90 minutes later I'm like, who said 45 minutes? Who came up with that time? Well, this game I actually play faster than the thing on the box says. So that's pretty fun right there. That makes me like it. It's also one of those games that's it's really easy to explain. There's not that much overhead in the rules, and yet there's a ton of strategy in the box, right? Like, there's always gonna be things to think about and things to consider, and you're gonna play it differently every time you play it because you're gonna get different building tiles that have different special abilities, and those special abilities are gonna dictate your strategy for that game and stuff like that. So I love a game that I can teach in 5-10 minutes, and it has so much replayability and so much thinkiness in it, even though it's easy to teach. I mean, that's one of the best parts about Raccoon Tycoon. If you missed it along the way like I did, I highly recommend going back and giving this one a try and checking it out. And like I said, full of dapper animals, so I want to hear from one of those dapper animals.
Finally, us dapper animals are getting our due.
Yeah, it's about time, right?
Oh yes? Are you a fan of fancy animals?
Oh yeah, I actually just ate some pork belly the other night. That was supposed to be a joke.
You eat animals?
My number 2 is Spaceship Unity, and I feel confident saying that you're either going to love this game or hate this game, and there's not much in between. Regardless of whether you love it or you hate it though, you have to admit, this is one of the most unique experiences in all of board games, okay? I've never I've never done anything like it, let alone a game. I've just never done anything like this, period. In the game, you are playing as the crew on a spaceship, and it is a storytelling game that involves your entire house. You will be rushing around your house to accomplish tasks to simulate things on the spaceship. And when I say rushing around, I literally mean rushing around. I was running from room to room around my house at the same time other players were running from room to room and doing things like, raising the blinds and lowering the blinds to simulate raising your shields. You're crumpling up pieces of paper, throwing them on the ground and vacuuming. You're switching the silverware in the silverware tray. You're doing a bunch of wacky stuff, all to push the story forward. There is no winning or losing in this game. It's just whether the story goes this way or this way. It is such a memorable experience. If you want a game for like a date night or for a family game night, you will build memories by playing this game. Like, I will always remember the first time I played this and I had to grab hands with another player and then jump backwards onto a bed to simulate jumping into hyperdrive. What a silly moment that was. What a memorable moment that was. If you have an imagination and you don't take yourself too seriously, then you will definitely enjoy this game. The game unfolds over 5 different chapters, and the chapters are like episodes in a TV show. They all follow the same storyline. So you're going to play it over 5 different sessions, and you definitely want to play it with the same people over the 5 different sessions so that they get the story as it unfolds and it progresses, man. I'm somebody that, loves silliness and stuff, and so I will for sure remember having to lay on the floor and push little crumpled up balls of paper around, dumb and fun. Why don't we hear from an actual spaceship captain?
Did you say you raise your window blinds as shields? You realize that's not how shields work, right?
Oh, I know. You just have to use your imagination for the game.
If someone was to fire at your window blinds, you would die.
Yeah, I get that. We're just talking about the game, though.
Do not use your window blinds as shields.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I won't use my blinds as shields. My favorite thing about board games is that they strengthen friendships you already have and allow you to make new friends. It's all about friends for me. And so I love games that really facilitate social interaction. One of the best games I've played that facilitates social interaction in a long time is Green Team Wins, my number 1 of the month. This is a party game through and through, but it's a party game that I think anybody can get behind. I've played it with hardcore gamers at conventions. I played it just with non-gamer friends. I think this is a game that can bring anybody to the table. And it really does facilitate fun and memorable social interaction. All you're doing in the game is everybody is responding to a prompt with an answer. If you are in the majority, you get points. So you are not only trying to think about what everybody else votes, but what you think, and some of the cards are fill in the blank. Dr. Blank. Are you going to write Doctor Who? Are you going to write Doctor Strange? Are you going to write Dr. Octopus? So many options, okay? And some of them are, this or that. Some of them are multiple choice. And I've played this multiple times, and every time I come away with this funny, memorable moment from a game where there was a hilarious debate between everybody. Like, for instance, I played it on Saturday, and this question came up. What's the fruit with the most annoying seeds? Watermelon, grape, or lemon? And I wrote grape, but the majority answer was watermelon. And I was like, no. I will die on this hill, okay? You expect seeds in watermelon. Who expects seeds in their grapes? That is the most annoying seed in the entire seed world, okay? You bite into a grape, you're expecting this fresh burst of flavor, and then you gotta chip your tooth on a seed in the middle of a grape. Nobody thinks of seeds when they think of grapes? You don't expect a seed to be in there. Grapes is the right answer for what's the fruit with the most annoying seeds, okay? I will die on this hill. And then one person wrote lemon and the entire table was like, lemon? Who picks lemon there? You think out of all of the fruits, when are you just biting into a lemon? Like, that's a weird answer, bro, okay? And every time I play it, it has moments like that. It plays up to 12 players, so if you want a big group party game, this is one of the best ones I've played in a long time.
Green team wins?
You get it, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein on the green team.
Indeed you are. I would like it to be known that I just painted my face for 20 minutes to do a 5-second bit. That's the kind of commitment you can expect from me. Thanks so much to everybody for joining me for my top 5 games of October, and thank you as always to Rahdo for having me on the channel. Hey, you should click on one of these other links to check out a video or even check out my channel. Go over there and check out some stuff I'm doing. Thanks so much. Click away.